Hello, and welcome to a very special episode of Tash Talks, where we are going to be talking about launching, okay? Launching, and how to freaking make it fun. I've been doing mindset and business coach now for 6 years. So I have not only experienced many different launches myself, but I've also helped my clients navigate through many very difficult, challenging, and very successful launches, okay? And one story that I would love to share with you today is a client of mine that came to work with me. And when she first came to work with me, she had experienced very successful launches, okay? So she knew the strategy that was working for her. It was all doing really good. Her business was, accelerating very quickly. And she was like, yes, this is amazing. I've nailed it. Until she didn't. Until she was using the exact same strategy time after again, but not getting the same results. Can anybody resonate with that? Can anybody go, yep, do you know what? That was me. I've been there. I've done the exact same strategy and it hasn't worked for me. Or I just don't understand why things are not working the way they used to work. Put your hands up. Put yes in the chat box if you're like, actually, yeah, Tash, that absolutely, I've been there. I have felt that way, okay? Good. And this is very normal to experience this. And what she found really frustrating was nothing had changed in her eyes. The way she was perceiving her success, she didn't understand what was going wrong. She was jumping on, she was doing the lives, excuse me, she was putting the posts out there, she was writing captivating emails. Why wasn't it working? And she was very frustrated. Understandably, she was feeling very stuck with where she was and how she was feeling, and couldn't understand how she was going to change this. And she had thoughts, oh my goodness, I'm going to lose it all. I'm going to lose my business. I'm going to lose the money. I'm going to lose my clients, the success, like everything. I'm so scared. Now, did she have strategy that worked? Absolutely, because it got her results, okay? What happened, and what happens with so many entrepreneurs, is they're so busy in the doing, they're so busy in the masculine energy that they forget about the feminine energy. They're the soul. So when we looked at what was working and what wasn't working from a place of facts, okay, not feelings, because you can have the feeling that something isn't working out, but the facts are actually showing that they are. Just because maybe your offer used to sell like hotcakes in 24 hours and now all of a sudden it's not like hotcakes, it's more kind of like warm muffins, you're like, it's not working, it's failing, it's all going to go downhill. And actually, when we look at it, it is working. Yes, it needs some tweaks, but we actually also need to work on you and how you're feeling, how your mind is representing the situation that's going on. So what we done was this. We worked on a new strategy that actually lit her up. I know, right? Because what I'm going to teach you in Launch Like a Boss is kind of like a pick and mix. And what do I mean by this? I don't want to teach you there is one strategy to launch, and if you don't do it this way, you are not going to be successful. You are not going to make the money that you want to make. Because I think that's absolute and utter bullshit. That's what I think. And I tell you, I can back this up. Why is it that I've launched many different ways and still got great results? Still hit my money targets, still hit the goals and intentions that I wanted? Why is it that I have clients that launch one way and another client that launches another way and they both make their money goal? Because if there's only one strategy, everybody would be successful. Everybody would be having 100k launches, 200k, 300, everybody would. If there was one strategy that everybody just sold, everybody would be successful. And that's because there isn't. And the whole point that I want to drive home with you is it's how you execute and the energy behind the strategy that you are learning. So what I'm going to teach you in Launch Like a Boss is this. I'm going to teach you a pick and mix strategies where you can go, I like this, I like this, I like this. I'm going to give you a framework. I'm going to give you like the bones, And then what you do is I'm going to give you all the other juicy bits that you then go like this and you put it into the bones. And the most important part is that you're going to be doing, experiencing, testing, trialing things that make you feel good. If launching isn't feeling fun, it's not because launching isn't fun. Because I'm having a freaking whale of a time over here launching like a bus, okay? So it isn't the launching that's not fun. It's the strategy you're using. It's your mindset. It's how you are feeling right now. That's why so many people get to the end of their launches and they're exhausted. They're depleted. There's no way they want to ever do it again. Because you're doing something that you don't actually want to do because you think that's what you should do to get that result. And that's the reason you're not getting the result. I hate to break it to you. And that's why I teach soul strategy, because they are equally as important. You need the strategy. Anybody that says that you can just lean in, tap into your feminine energy, meditate and journal your way to success, I'm sorry, but it's not the truth. You absolutely have to take the inspired action, which is the strategy that gets you there, okay? So when you marry them both together, it creates the most awesome experience ever. So guess what happened? She had the most amazing, successful launch she has ever had. Why? Because it was pleasurable. She actually enjoyed it. It's not about, if I say to you, can you post 10 times today? And you're like, oh my goodness. You're not going to want to do it. The posts are going to be crap. Your audience aren't going to relate to it. You're not going to get the results you desire. Whereas when we're actually backing a strategy that excites us, that makes us feel good, and you want to get that, you're like, yeah, I can't wait to talk about this. And the excitement is real and your audience can feel that. You're going to have a successful launch. And it all starts right from the beginning, which is what I'm going to teach you in Launch Like a Boss. So we go with the inner work, then we do the strategy, and then we go back to the inner work, because it's so important when you are launching. Because, and you've heard me speak about this so many times before, and I will keep speaking about it. It isn't the money that you're desiring. And I know you're probably thinking, what? No, I do want to have a 5K, 10K, 20K, 100K launch. Like I do. I get that. But it isn't for the number that's in your bank account of why you're doing what you're doing. And the sooner you face that, the quicker your success will come. The quicker that next level will be activated. Because as soon as you realize, if you've had a launch, and let's say your goal was to make 30K, and you made it, and you're looking at your bank account, and you're like, but you feel exhausted, you feel depleted, you never want to do that launch again. And now you're like, oh my God, I've made that. I've just exhausted myself launching. Now I've got to show up and actually do the program or teach the online course or, start the one-on-one coaching package. Now you've got to do that. Where are you finding that energy from? You just deplete that. Just solely focus on the feelings of giving to your body. Doing what actually is going to make you pleasurable. Because guess what? When you're doing that, when you're doing what's pleasurable, the success of the launch is a must. It has to happen. And guess what? You're enjoying the launch so much, the outcome doesn't even matter. Because you've enjoyed the process and the journey so much. And every single launch, you're going to learn so much about yourself. You're going to learn about the process. You're going to learn about yourself. You're going to learn about the business. You're going to learn about your clients. There's always, in every single launch I do, at the end, when I finish my launch, I do a review. So I sit down and I actually review everything that went really, really well and everything that I could have worked on. Why? Because then that makes the next launch even more pleasurable. Even more pleasurable. And when you're enjoying something so much and you are an open vault for money to come in, to receive in the abundance, I truly believe that it's not my clients that pay me. It's not like I need clients. We don't want to come from that place. The money flows through your clients, okay? It comes from source, higher self. It comes through that. In the teaching of what you're doing is a gift. It's a gift of what you're doing. I remember when I was thinking about what is it that my audience needs, and the more clients that were coming to me going, oh, Tash, I just feel really exhausted with launching. It just feels so hard, like nobody's buying. And I'm just like, right, we need to change this up. And that's where the Launch Like a Boss came from, because I was like, I want to teach you the strategies, plural, understand that. And I want to teach you how to marry that up, to have the best freaking time launching. So you're like, because I get asked this all the time, how do you launch something different every month? How are you doing that? That's what I'm going to teach you. Do you think I could do that if it was hard? When I say hard, I don't want you to misinterpret what I'm saying. There's work in launching. Understand that. Hence where the strategy comes in. There's work, okay? It's not magically just going to happen for you. But when I say hard, as in, when I remember going back when I used to model, that was hard. I hated it. I was literally just doing it for the money. The people were lovely. But I was not living my best life. But yeah, I was getting paid well. So that's when I say that, to me, that's how I represent hard work. Whereas this isn't hard because I love it. I'm getting to share with you exactly how you can create a more successful business in a way that feels good. Because I think we can be so ingrained, especially with social media, and maybe the followers, the people that you are following is influencing you in a way that you've got to hustle. It's got to be hard. You've got to earn it. Even if that means like not sleeping at night, if that means eating dust, if that means fill in the blank, that's how you get success. And I don't agree with that. And I'm not going to jump onto that bandwagon and tell you if I think that's the hype thing to say. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to completely be a rule breaker. Surprise, surprise. And say to you, that is not how you build a successful, sustainable business. And by understanding launch strategy, understanding yourself, understanding the energy, understanding and mastering the mindset, because that is a massive part of launching, especially in the mid stage of what I'm going to teach you in the launch plan. That's the hardest stage for your mind. Maybe you're not hitting your numbers, you're making the yes or not the success of the launch. Equipped to be able to teach this, and not because I think I'm a launch guru, not because I have had 8-figure launches, not because I've never had anything bad go wrong in a launch. If in fact it's the opposite. I know how it feels to have the most successful, amazing launch. I know what it feels like to hustle. I know what it feels like to feel in ease and flow. I know what works. I know what doesn't work. And I want to share all that with you so you can make your own decisions. I don't want to brainwash you into going, you must do it this way in order to be a success. How about this is what works? Try this. Try putting that bit in there. Okay, you don't like that? That doesn't feel good? Right, let's tweak that and put that in there. How would that feel in your business to be able to be that empowered to step into your personal power and go, this works for me, Tash. Thank you for teaching me this. Thank you for empowering me this to be able to launch my offer so it feels really easy. Selling should feel easy. If it feels hard, you're doing it not in the way, I don't want to say the right way, but not in the right way for you. Because if it feels hard and no one's buying, then there's things that we need to tweak. And the only way you're going to do that is by actually learning, getting into that energy and understanding the strategy and the soul. Now, I could talk on launching so much because I remember when I done the exact same strategy, and one was a 60k launch and one was a £600 launch with the exact same strategy. And that was because I hadn't mastered the inner, and that's why I teach both. Because once then you can master both of them, your levels of success in launching, how you feel, you're going to be tuned in, tapped in and turned on, as Esther Hicks says. And that's exactly how I want it to feel when launching. I don't want it to feel hard and, oh my goodness, I want it to feel exciting. I want it to feel like, oh my God, I love this. This feels good. Like, this is easy, me showing up, talking from my heart about launching. This isn't a script. This isn't this wasn't off the cuff. Oh my goodness, let me just riff about launching and the importance of it. And I know it can get a bit of a bad rap because people go, oh, launching, it's not sustainable. It absolutely is sustainable. I shared an Insta story about this the other day when I was talking about, unfortunately due to personal reasons, I was out of the office, and my business doesn't stop because I do. Because I go and do something that I wanted to do in my personal time, the business doesn't stop. And the reason why I that day was still able to get strike notifications coming in and make money in my business because of the launch and launches that I'd previously done. So for example, when I launched the tribe, I still have payment plans, people joining that right now. I have people that, for example, joining Launch Like a Boss. I've got people on payment plans that joined my last a payment plan for Conscious Coach. I've still got payment plans going from the second Conscious Coach. So can you see we're stacking it up? Now, I wouldn't have this monthly recurring revenue if I didn't launch. I don't think that you can just sit and just manifest clients without actually having to do some work. We've got to do this, and especially if we want to scale our businesses to that next level, being able to launch. And also, what I want to teach you in Launch Like a Boss is changing your perception when it comes to launching, because maybe you might be conditioned to think it's a certain way. Like I actually share one of the slides that I created and put some pictures in there of like what you think launching could be, and it's like a big monster and it's a mountain and it's so hard and it's pushing a big massive rock. And in fact, launching is the absolute opposite, and it should feel like that. And I kind of hate to use the word should in that term because your body's going to find resistance to that. But what if launching could feel very, very different to the way you are doing it right now? What if you could be open to that possibility? Now, the first training for Launch Like a Boss starts today. So I'll drop the link in and around wherever you're watching this. It doesn't matter if you can't join live. Like, this is the beauty of this. There's going to be 4 trainings, and the last training is a Q&A. So when you're joining this program live in the next 4 weeks, you're going to have a chance to get your personal questions answered by me, okay? Now, after we finish the live program, it will then go on sale to be just an online course, right? So this is probably the best time to join. And this is some of the things that I'm going to be sharing with you in Launch Like a Boss of how I make extra cash in launching. So I have an intention of what I'd like to make, how many souls I'd like to serve within that container, that program, that course, that membership, whatever it may be. And then I have really secret kind of saucy, juicy bits that I can put in that actually can actually make you more revenue. Now, I remember when I had a launch goal for a particular launch of an offer, and I actually didn't make what my launch goal was in that type of format. By adding in something else to it, which I'm going to teach you in Launch Like a Boss, different layers to it, I then actually exceeded the goal for the launch because of that. And this is what I want to teach you. You really got to understand how to navigate through a launch, how to pivot, how to be able to master the mind monkeys that are going to come in, because it won't be the launch that doesn't work that will be the reason why it doesn't work. It will be you. It will be what's going on up here. Because as soon as your mind overtakes your emotions, which then will create actions or inaction, is why you'll get the results you do in the launch. Okay, so this is why it's so important to understand the strategy and the soul. So if you would love to come and join the amazing souls that have joined Launch Like a Boss, then I will drop the link somewhere around, or DM me the word boss and I'll send you the link today. We are going live today at 11 o'clock for the first training, but again, it doesn't matter. The replay will be literally put up into your personal portal for you to watch. You also get lifetime access, because I want this to be a program that you can keep tapping into. Go, oh, I'm at this stage, I want to tap into this, or I need Tash in my ear. So I'm very excited for all those that have joined already, and I'm really excited for you coming in to understand and learn how to launch like a boss so that your launches are not only profitable, but pleasurable. Mwah. Go and have the most epic day. Bye-bye.